What's going on, everybody? It's a random, afternoon stream. Now, I had a little bit of time. Tonight, I will be on Tim Talks Talkies Top 25 80s Movies stream with an all-star cast, so make sure to go check that out on his channel. So I figured I'd jump in and do this with you guys now, and if anybody's around, pop in and say what's up, and if not, hopefully people check this out on a replay and kind of like what I have to say here. And it's talking about the new kind of line that Screambox is putting out with all these kind of horror movies, more or less like modern horror movies, some documentaries, but they're kind of putting their name on some of these releases, and you know, they're numbering the spines. And I know a couple people that are collectors are looking to complete this line because it's very rare that we find a line that's new, that's putting out some good stuff that we can kind of start from scratch. You know, like for instance, Scream Factory now, it's like impossible to try to get everything if you weren't starting from the beginning. Same with Vinegar Syndrome. If you weren't there from day one, it's hard to like be a completionist when it comes to that stuff. But things like Vestron for me, like I'm a completionist with the Vestron because I started from day one, and they release things, you know, not every month. And I think that's what's hard about keeping up with a lot of these bigger companies in the boutique space, is that there's just too much. Like they're releasing like 4 titles a month, and some are good, some are not. And to just have to keep buying and buying and buying, it's hard. So something like Vestron is nice. Like they've got about 30 titles. They've been around for a couple of years. So you figure they're only releasing maybe 6 titles a year. I mean, that's cool as far as collecting standpoint, is that you can collect it, enjoy it, and it's not burning a hole in your pocket per se. They're good prices. And the same thing with this Screambox line. It's that they were only coming out with one every couple months, and the line had just recently started. So I know a lot of people were interested in kind of keeping up with it because they were putting out some pretty cool titles. Now, the problem that is happening and people are running into is that they're kind of like going all over the place. Like they're distributed to all different companies now. So you don't know where these things are. Now I'm going to go through that really quick, and I'll let you know about the answers that I got, because I did talk to someone at Screambox and found out a little bit more information on what's going on, why, and then we're going to talk about, if you're interested in this line, where you can kind of find these movies. So let me get into the chat. I do see about 25 people popped in already. I didn't advertise this stream either, so I don't expect it to be that busy. Gus, what's up, my man? Kevin L, how's it going? Magic Hands, welcome. Rob Zilla, what's going on? Tiana, what's up? It's going okay. It's going okay. Carlos, what's up, man? Nice hearing from you, Carlos. Tom, what's up? Adrian, Pat Master, Witch Hunter. What's up, Jesse, my man? Scott, what's up? What's up, Rob Romano, the Lost Boy? Again, you know, doing it like at this random time during the day, maybe I'll get some more people or different people that maybe can't be around when I normally do them late at night. Robzilla, Texas, Video Man, what's up? Gizmo, go check out Gizmo over on YouTube. Jim Powers, what's up? All right, so this line came out, I'm thinking maybe this year or last year, 2022. And the first release on this line was a documentary, and it was a documentary that was being advertised for a long time, and it finally came out. And that was this Pennywise, the Story of It. Now, this is a Blu-ray. Now, again, it says brought to you by Bloody Disgusting, Screambox, and this one they partnered with Cinedime to do this. And again, I love horror documentaries, so to me, I bought this without even knowing what this Screambox line was. Like, I just bought it because I wanted it. I love my horror documentaries. But when you look at the side here, you can see at the bottom it says #1. So I was kind of like, cool, like, all right, like, I wonder what this is about. And again, nice addition. Like I said, you get the slip, you get different artwork on the inside. Very, very cool. I know there was a Kickstarter for this as well, too. So this was #1. So I got this not thinking anything of like what the Screambox line was or anything like that. I just bought it because I wanted it, and I put it on my shelf. Then the next thing that came out was a #2 for the line. And that came out this year, or maybe end of last year, and that's Terrifier 2. So you got that slip again. Now, again, This one, different artwork. Same thing. You got Cinedigm involved, Bloody Disgusting, Screambox. Who else is on here? Somebody else, I thought. It says SDH. I don't know what that is. If that's anything, I'm not sure. But again, I think it was the same people that kind of put that out. You got Terrifier 2. And as you see at the bottom, it said number 2. So then I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. They're putting out some different stuff, and it's part of some kind of new line. So I had that next to it. Then we got this year a number 3, which was another horror documentary that I was really interested in. Now, I didn't realize, again, this was part of the line until I got it. And that is Living with Chucky, which is a documentary. Again, if you look at it, boom, different artwork there on the inside. I like that artwork a lot, actually. And it's a cool documentary. And again, you're getting it put out by the same people. It says Yellow Veil Pictures, Screambox, Cinedigm. So that was number 3. And if you see, they all kind of look very similar as far as the backs. Like, it just really looks like it matches really well. Oh, Gizmo, that's cool, man. That's cool. All right, so then just recently we got another horror documentary, which this one I highly recommend getting. It was awesome. And it makes you realize, like, how great of an actor and how smart of a person Robert Englund is. And it's Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story. And then again, you got a different image on the inside. And if you look at the back, if you look at the back, it's set up very similar as all these other ones. It looks like it's part of the line, right? And then when you look at the side, it says number 11. Number 11? Like what? Like this was the 4th release from the Screambox line. How is this number 11? Then all of a sudden it became, well, where's the biggest, where's the rest? Where are the rest of these titles? How do you go 1, 2, 3, 11? And then people were starting to kind of freak out, being like, where are they? Like, I didn't know what came out, because sometimes Screambox doesn't announce like what's coming out and what title's theirs. It kind of people just kind of find it. And at least that's what I was doing. So I even said that when I got it. I was like, geez, 11, where's the rest, And then people started complaining about that. Well, then the other day I got a shipment in from Vinegar Syndrome, and I got this movie, which I'm going to talk about really quick, called Outwaters. Now, for some reason, I feel like this is sold out, or maybe the slipcover sold out. I'm going to check the Vinegar Syndrome site with you guys, and we'll look for it. But I noticed on the side, it says number 5 for a Screambox title. You can see it at the bottom. And I was like, what? That's weird, because this like looks nothing like any of those. Different slipcover style. It's more of the Vinegar Syndrome style. ETR Media put it out. And then if you look at the back, it says Screambox, Cinedigm, Bloody Disgusting. And it was put out by ETR Media on the Vinegar Syndrome site. So you really had to kind of try to search for this thing. So that got me thinking, like, what's going on here? And then I put a post on my Facebook, on my Instagram talking about it. And people were like, yeah, it's the Wild West. And I know a lot of collectors are pissed, not knowing where to find these things and, where are the rest. Well, before I get into what happens next, I want to tell you about this movie. I did watch this last night. And something you guys might not know about me, and I'll probably say it for the first time here right now, is when it comes to found footage movies, that is like the one genre that really makes me uneasy. If you guys saw, I was a little uneasy the other night watching Cannibal Holocaust, right? But I'm talking about in a way that, like, it's kind of freaky to me. It started with Blair Witch. I mean, I still think about that movie all the time. It scared the hell out of me. I remember leaving the theater with Blair Witch and being like, that was stupid. The hype was garbage. What was this? It was junky, and kind of laughing at it as like a teenager. But the thing with Blair Witch was I never forgot about it. I remember like for weeks, I just kept thinking about that ending. and it like really just disturbing me inside. I'm like, what did happen? Well, that was weird, you know? And I realized that as much as I left kind of disappointed right away because of the hype and like trying to look cool in front of like a girl that I was with at the time, and I remember really thinking about it and being like, wow, that really did something to me, that movie. And then when I rewatched it, I had a real hard time with it as far as the end. Like, it was scary to me. Like, and still to this day, it's one of those movies that it's like, I know if I put that thing on, it's going to make me feel uneasy. It's going to make me feel nervous, or, you know, there's something about it. And I kind of got that way with the first Paranormal Activity as well. Like, I remember coming home and being like, you know, looking around and be like, shit, was that on the floor earlier? You know, and I have a tough time with found footage. Like, not tough. Like, I can watch them, but it feels so real to me when they do it. And you can find good found footage movies. You can find shitty found footage movies, to be honest. Some that are just laughable and junky. But when you can find some good ones, it's pretty freaky. And I think this is a pretty freaky movie. Like, there's a lot you don't see, but I think that's what makes it even more creepy. And I highly recommend this, guys. I really do. For a found footage movie, it still, to me, I was leaving it being like, what the hell did I just watch? But it was intense. It had me at the edge of my seat. I was like, what the hell's going on here? You know, it was very uneasy. So I recommend this one. And I think this is a real cool title that this line has. And what makes me feel like about this line is like, everything I've seen from this line is not, number one, it's modern, which, again, if you know this channel, you know, when it comes to me and watching modern horror movies, it's like, I'm very picky because I feel like I'm more or less disappointed. So to watch this on a blind buy and it being as good as it was and seeing it's part of this line, it makes me feel like, okay, well, maybe a lot of these movies that are coming out in this line are like ones I really should check out. Maybe there's some modern gems in there, because again, all these are modern and they're all good. Between documentaries, Terrifier 2, I was not a Terrifier fan, but I liked Terrifier 2. So going into Terrifier 1, I was hyped. I left so disappointed. I hated it. Going into Terrifier 2, I had low expectations, and I think that they were met, if not more. So I'm obviously excited to see where the next one goes. But this was a surprise for me. I really liked this one because it just felt so real, and you really had a hard time figuring out what's going on. So with that being said, like I said, that's number 5. So talking to someone from Screambox, because I know other people had voiced concerns about where are the other titles, you know, what are they? And no one seemed to know because there was no checklist or anything anywhere. And Screambox talked to me and they said, they actually said to me, the problem is that there's a lot of other companies that wanted to be in their line. So they have different distributors now. So it is kind of the Wild West onto where to find these things. It's almost like a scavenger hunt. But if they do a checklist or something or promote on their site where they are, like, that'll be a lot easier for people to find. So again, this to me was just kind of found out of left field. Like, I didn't know this was part of the line at all. I just thought the cover looked cool, and I saw a trailer and I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And good thing I did, because I just saw in the chat that someone said this slipcover's already sold out. I hated Skinny Marink, by the way. I couldn't even get through it. And I'll get back to the chat in 1 second. So he said the problem is that there's a bunch of companies that are part of this line now that they've distributed their titles to. And based on release dates and things getting pushed, that's why the Freddy documentary came out and it was number 11, because all these other companies have had delays. So they're coming. I didn't get clarification on what's coming, where to find them. But they said they're coming. They're working on it. They wish they could have been released in order, but sadly with some delays, they aren't. But I can tell you that I know where 3, 5, and 6 are, and we can kind of go through that now. So again, number 1 was The Story of It, Pennywise. Number 2 was Terrifier 2. Number 3 was Chucky. Number 4 is going to be on TerraVision's website. So TerraVision has numbers 3, number 5, number 3, number 4. No, hold on. Number 4, number 6, and number 7, I believe, is in TerraVision's line. Now, the problem is you go on TerraVision's line, and it doesn't tell you anything about it. So it's like a guessing game. So what I can do now is I'm going to say hi to some people in the chat, and then I'll go to TerraVision's site, and we'll kind of look through together. Okay? So, really quick. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Slipcover sold out day 1. Orbit DVD with the slip. That's for Outwaters. It is a unique way of doing it, but I can see how it can stress a lot of people out, right? Because it's really just like a guessing game right now. I mean, unless they find a better way to do it. Ken Carlson, what's up? Oh, it's already sold out completely? Like not even a regular version? I agree. I think Blair Witch is freaking amazing, and I know a lot of people that still don't like it, and I think it's just it works very well. What up, Jerry? What's up, D? How you doing? Yeah, I tried to get it when I figured it out. It was part of the line. No luck. Oh, Outwaters. All right, well, I'm going to help you guys out then. And Outwaters, it's probably expensive now if you're trying to find it, I assume. What's up, Ron? Ron hooked me up with a nice Creepshow poster, so thank you, buddy. I unboxed that on my last live stream if you guys haven't checked it out. All right, I tell you I'm not the best at screen shares, so let me try to do this. Let me see. All right, I think I can do it. I think I can do it now. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to help you all out. All right, so we're on TerraVision's site right now. So, again, I've bought from TerraVision plenty of times as far as album, vinyls, and movies and stuff. And, you know, I thought a lot of their stuff was cool that was getting released because again, being in the game for a long time, I have a lot of these releases on like bootleg DVDs or, you know, old DVDs, and they just haven't got upgraded. So I know which ones I think are really cool and which ones I'm like, I can pass on that. You know, I'm not really a big shot on video guy. So sometimes some of those I'll pass on, to be honest. But really quick, I just wanted to see something. I thought I just saw Rumpelstiltskin on this video here, which is interesting. All right, so I'll go to their releases quick, okay? And I'm hoping I can... there's nothing on here I can't show. Oops. Let me see. What's going on here? Did I screw something up? All right, let me take a look here. Not soundtracks. Apparel and opens, TVD blue. Okay. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Now, I'm going to ask for you guys' opinion on some of this stuff. So I have Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout. I bought it because of a nostalgia reason. Do I recommend this? No. Unless you really know what you're getting, because it's basically just clips of Linnea in other movies, quick movie clips. Then there's like a quick dance scene, like a 5-minute workout scene of her just stretching, and then it goes back to clips and then it ends. So there's really no meat to this thing. It was kind of just thrown together. But like I said, it was a VHS that I used to watch as a kid from the video store before I knew a lot about all of her horror movies. So it got me interested in some of her movies that I didn't know at the time. I had it on bootleg DVD forever. So I figured I'd pick it up, and it looks great, but you know, there's really nothing to it. You know, it's not like a real workout video. You know, people were asking me like, oh, you should do a video where you're working out to it. And I was like, I would, but there's only like 5 minutes of her stretching. There's not really a workout in there. Lost 80s collection, the Joe Zazzo collection. I was looking at this. I'm probably not going to get it. Malum, though, is one that I'm interested in. So if anybody can let me know about this movie, I haven't looked at a trailer. Oh, there's one right here. I don't know what that trailer entails, so I'm not going to put it on. But if anybody's seen Malum, let me know how it is. I don't know any of these either. I'm not familiar with these. Shrek, I'll check out the trailer, but I don't know anything about it, but it's from 1990. Now let me tell you about this. Love and Saucers is actually something I'm pretty interested in. Even I know Vinegar Syndrome had this on their site for a while, but it's so wild to me, this movie. Like, look at the picture here. This is literally a documentary about a guy who's claimed he's had affairs with aliens his whole life, and he talks about them. I mean, tell me that story does not sound intriguing to you. A documentary about a guy who's had love affairs with aliens, and he explains them in detail, and he drew like pictures of them and to show you. I mean, I don't want to pay $29 for it, but I definitely want to see it. So that's Love and Saucers. But I will tell you that When the Screaming Starts is a newer movie, and this is a Screambox title. As far as which one it is, as far as the number, I don't know. So When the Screaming Starts is a Screambox title. Okay. It doesn't show you the number here on the spine, which again doesn't help anybody when they're collecting this line. But this is one. So again, I watched the trailer. It looked okay. It's like a horror comedy. But again, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, because I haven't had any stinkers yet from this line. American Nightmare is okay. I have that on DVD. I may upgrade. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Cannibal Campout, I won't get that. That's a shot on video movie that I have the VHS ready. There was like a line that they're doing called, I don't know. I have like a whole 80s horror line where they're doing all the editions. Like there's this, Video Violence, Wood Chipper Massacre. Those are all these shot on videos. I don't know. Wood Chipper Massacre is the best of the three, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade, though. Parasites, I don't know anything about that, I don't think. I don't know anything about these. All right, so Cube. Now, my only problem with this, it looks really good. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. It looks really good. I watched the trailer. But I don't really get into a lot of foreign stuff. And it's not that I think that they're bad. It's just that my attention span is awful. Like, honestly, when I'm on lives with you guys is like the only time that my brain is like this dialed in. And besides, and being at work, obviously. But like trying to watch a movie nowadays at my house, it's like I've got the movie on, I'm editing something, I'm looking at something over here, I'm ordering stuff. Like I'm always trying to do like 100 things, and I feel like I just kind of suck at watching movies. Especially because I have so many I have to watch. And that's why I don't buy a lot of subtitled movies, just because I am afraid I'm going to miss stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to spend $40 or whatever and not be able to pay attention. That's my mindset when it comes to it. And that's the only reason I don't do it, is because I just know I've got so much stuff to watch. Like I literally over here have about 40 movies stacked up that I haven't watched yet that are recent buys. And I'm like, well, then if I add this to the mix, that's just going to add to it. And then if I feel like I'm not in the zone to like really pay 100% attention, then I'll never get to it. So that's why I don't usually do that. And again, I probably am missing out on a lot of stuff personally, but I've got a lot of stuff to still watch. So again, in time, if I feel like, hey, I've got nothing to watch, I want to start dipping into some more of these foreign stuff, then maybe I'll go on a spree and get some stuff. I've got stuff. I've got plenty of it, but I don't go out of my way to get tons of it. And this one is subtitled. It's a Japanese movie. It's subtitled. I don't know if this is like a remake of Cube, if this was maybe what Cube was based off of. I don't really know anything about this movie. But it looks great as far as the trailer. This is also a Screambox title. So just so you know, this is a Screambox. So if you're interested in buying all the Screambox ones, here's another one. Okay. Captives, I don't know anything about. I didn't buy Get My Gun. I bought Refrigerator. I didn't buy Copperhead, but you guys let me know, is Copperhead the one with like all the snake killings? If it is, I'm not buying it. End of the Line's actually a pretty good movie. I have it on DVD. It's foreign. It's a good movie, no question. Will I buy it? Probably not. I'm fine with the edition I have. I have these two. I think they're both fine. And then Welcome to Hell. This is another one that's foreign, but it looks so awesome. It's about like a death metal band, and I love horror and heavy metal. So I definitely bought this. I'm really excited about seeing this one. And I will tell you that this is a Screambox movie. So if you're looking to collect all the Screambox titles, Welcome to Hell, Cube, and When the Screaming Starts are the ones from TerraVision that you want to get your hands on. Okay. And that'll complete your line. So if you have all the ones that I showed right here, plus those 3, then you're up to date. So so that's kind of where it is right now. Sorry, I just saw a comment in there. Not sure if you covered this, but Screambox is numbering the spines according to the order required. Correct. And there's been a lot of delays, and that's also been an issue too. But they're looking to get it straightened out. But like I said, if you want all of them right now that have been released, as far as I know, those are the ones. There's 6 plus the Freddy, which makes number 11. No, there's 7. All right, goes Pennywise, Terrifier. That's 2. Chucky is 3. Number 4 is one of those TerraVision lines. Number 5 is Outwaters. Number 6 and 7 is from TerraVision. And Hollywood Dreams is number 11. So that's as far as I know. So again, hopefully this stream kind of helped you guys out. If you're looking to complete this line, I know there's a lot of people out there that really like to complete lines. And because this one is still early into production, then maybe it's a nice way to catch up with it. But I know it's been a hard road to travel because it's really a scavenger hunt in the Wild West. And I know firsthand because I accidentally got number 5. And I knew something was up when I got the Freddy and realized it was number 11. I was like, wait a minute, where are all the other ones? But they're coming, guys. And hopefully we can find them easier. Maybe Screambox will start putting out some things being, hey, here's where you can get it, you know? But I think it's a pretty cool line as far as, like I said, it's a line that's dedicating towards more modern movies, which it seems like, which I think is pretty cool because, you know, if I can kind of get nudged in a direction to be like, hey, maybe you want to check this one out. As of right now, I haven't been disappointed with this line yet. So I'm going to jump back to the chat because I think I missed out on some stuff. There is reverse art, yeah. Yeah, there's reverse artwork. So a standard version without slip is available. There's reverse artwork. Here's the artwork that you get, and then there is another backside, but I think that's a better artwork. This is just plain. But it does have the number on the spine too. The Screambox number on the spines, even without the slip. So if it's not that big of a deal about having a slip cover or not, I guess you can still get Outwaters somewhere. If not Vinegar Syndrome, I'd probably try like Orbit or Grindhouse or something like that Diabolic that may carry it. Because I have a feeling, knowing that this thing is sought after, it's probably going to cost you with a slip on eBay. I don't know. I'm probably over $60. I'm thinking. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird because, you know, when it comes to a lot of these labels, like a lot of these Vinegar Syndrome and a lot of partner labels, it's almost like they're very limited on their stock. So I don't know if they're going to get any more. Oh, really? I thought Last Shift was actually pretty good. Hey, Dirk. Okay. Oh, it is a direct remake? What's up, Noise Loop? I did like Last Shift. So that's kind of cool, actually. I mean, again, if it's a direct remake of a movie that didn't come out that long ago, I guess kind of like why, but I'm interested. No, it doesn't have. It's not the art from the slipcover. It's a different one. The slipcover is its own art, I think. What's up, Gory Tiger? Gory Tiger. What's the matter with that? I like that. I like to hear crazy people make up stories. If anybody wants to send me love and saucers, I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see. Is Cube a remake? Okay. I was okay. So I mean, which is cool because Cube is a cool movie. It would be kind of cool to see how they did it. It looks good. Nice. Hit that roundhouse kick. Hit that like button with the roundhouse kick, the super kick, the forearm, the big splash. Oh, I hope it does. That would make my life easy. I've got about 40 movies unwatched over here, so I can just bring those right to the table. I probably even have some good ones to bring in. Yeah, End of the Line is a good movie. And again, it's not that I don't like them. I just don't have the... My ADD doesn't like them. I like them just fine once I sit down. Like, for instance, like back in the day, I saw like... What I've seen a bunch in theaters, like when Let the Right One In came out, I went to the theater to see it, and I thought it was fantastic, but it forced me to sit through it. When Rec came out to the theater around here, I sat and watched it. I loved it because, again, it forced me to watch it. So it really just has to do with my environment. Like if I'm in a situation where I can just like put everything away and sit and watch it, I more or less like them. It's just that I don't ever feel like I have that opportunity because a lot of times when I'm trying to watch a movie, and I know this is probably not the best way to do it, is that I'm also trying to get a lot of other things done because I feel like my life is so hectic. Oh, it looks rad, man. It really looks rad. Bad music? No, it can't be. Can't be. Some black metal. Terrifier 2 what? That's part of this line. It's easy now. Well, it's not easy now. I was hoping to make your guys' life easier for what I know right now, and that's just basically from talking to them. And it's Pennywise, the Robert Englund, and the Chucky documentaries. I think all of those you can get on Amazon. Terrifier 2 you can get on Amazon. And then Outwaters is on the Vinegar Syndrome site. Or, again, it can be anywhere. If you don't care about a slipcover, you can get it on probably Diabolic, on Orbit. But it probably won't have a slipcover at this point. And then the rest are on Terrorvision, which aren't sold out yet. So if you want to complete this line, I would suggest grab those from Terrorvision soon because I think they're only limited to 2,000. No, I don't want Turtle Soup. Is it hot down here? Is that what you're asking me? It's a pretty decent day out right now. It's probably like high 80s. Problem is I collect those certain, so I do put them on the shelf as alternate. Right. So that's the tough thing because I put all my Vinegar Syndrome and partner labels together too. So that's hard when it comes to a collecting standpoint. I guess you got to kind of pick and choose. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. A part of me feels like I'm going to keep my Terrorvision with my Terrorvision, my Vinegar Syndrome partners with my Vinegar Syndrome partners, and then I'll keep the miscellaneous all together with the Screambox. But just knowing that I have them all, I guess is cool. But again, it's hard, right? Like, because that's I think where a lot of people were really kind of annoyed too, as far as why these were all over the place as far as distributors, is because they all are built very differently. Like if you look, like the way that these are is a very different look as far as the way the slips and all that stuff are. So, and Terrorvision is more along the lines of like what Vinegar Syndrome does and stuff like that with the hard boxes and stuff. I was collecting all the Terrorvision, but I stopped. I mean, they just said they acquired 200 titles, and I saw the ones that they're putting out, and a lot of those to me are, I have a lot of them on DVD, and some to me are not worth upgrading. They're gonna look great, but as far as it being a movie, a good movie, no. But I mean, again, it's cool to try to collect them all, but just so you know, it's going to be hard because like they're just going to be pumping these things out like Vinegar Syndrome does, and that becomes real hard. especially when they're doing 4 a month and 1 out of the 4 is decent. Video violence is pretty good, but again, shot on film like video movies, like for instance, I just got this, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Abomination from Visual Vengeance, because Visual Vengeance is doing mostly shot on video stuff. I don't know. I don't think about it. But some of their stuff is not shot on video, so like the one with Linnea Quigley that they did, I thought was really cool. You too, Cody. A lot of people are leaving Vinegar Syndrome. Culture Shock, I think, are going to probably go off on their own. I know. I got to make it happen, man. I gotta get them. Like I say, Brian confirmed. Yeah, it's they're gonna go off on their own. I never seen CB4 movie. I never seen it. I almost bought it, and then on the last Kino sale, and then somebody told me I don't know. I think somebody talked me out of buying it. I don't remember why. Ron is collecting the line. What up, Jamie? Lawnmower Man with Job. Yeah, Robzilla, they are gonna go, yep. I love dubs just because I grew up with Godzilla, so I find dubs amazing. A lot of my childhood was watching Godzilla movies, so I love dub movies. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I try and I pay attention for a little bit, and then if I miss, I'm like, what the hell? And I have to rewind it and all that stuff. Cisco, what up? Let's see. What's up, man? What's up, Gore? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to probably do. Gatorbait 1 and 2. I mean, I'll probably get them. I would love it if it were a double pack. I think that would be awesome. I love like when things are like packaged together. I would buy a double pack in a second. But to spend $25 on two, I don't know. I have them already. I guess it's a fun watch. Abomination. Oh, this thing? Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. It's still sealed. Yeah, maybe I'll grab it next time. I had it in my cart and I was doing like a Kino thing and someone talked me out of it and I don't remember why. We do need a cube box set. Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town, yeah. Oh yeah, New Year's Evil's a good movie. I have that. Scream Factory put it out. I have not bought anything from Kino in like months. There's a lot I want, but I'll just wait. I know they're on sale now, but dude, I've bought so much stuff lately. I can't. I'll have to wait. I was talking to Christian about this. I was thinking about doing a Godzilla series on my channel, talking about some of the old ones, but there's only specific ones I really like, and I'm not a huge I love Godzilla, and when I was a kid, I used to collect the toys and stuff. My uncle and I were big Godzilla fiends or whatever, but I know there's like different eras of Godzilla, Toho, all this other stuff. I mean, there's different eras. The ones I was into are like, I'm just trying to think. Growing up, like I saw Raids Again, Mechagodzilla, Mothra, Sea Monster, Son of Godzilla, Megulon, Gigan, King Kong vs. Godzilla, Monster Island, Godzilla 1985. Like, those are all the ones I grew up with. All the newer ones that came out, and like, I feel like it might have been like the late 90s, 2000s. I didn't really get into those that much. I have a lot of them on DVD, but that wasn't really my Godzilla. I was more into like the cheesier ones. back in the day. So I don't know if that kind or if that era is called something, but those are the ones I'd really want to talk about. I agree. I do need to get Gorgo because that is one that I have that on VHS. That's one I used to watch a lot too as a kid. You guys are too funny. Hold on, let me just make sure my mic's okay. Yeah, I do have that. Were you the one, Rob, that was telling me how much that goes for now? I have the Blu-ray of Godzilla 1984, yes. What's up, Nick? But yeah, hold on, am I caught up? Yeah, so does anybody know when it comes to Godzilla what that age is that I'm talking about of Godzilla films? Because I know they kind of changed his look and stuff during the age of like Tokyo SOS and all that stuff. Is that what it's called? We were supposed to, and it kind of fell on the back burner. As far as if it's coming out, I don't know. It was supposed to come out, but now it's kind of on either hold or has been canceled. But the only way I know it's coming is through Cinemuseum, which I'm going to get, but they haven't even announced pre-orders yet. And usually when you hit the pre-order, you don't get it for another year. So that sucks. Okay, Shawa era. Okay, so I pretty much watched. I'm gonna say I was really heavy into it until probably like the mid '90s. So that makes sense. I'll have to look and see for sure exactly what kind of fits in where I was. Jay Lima, what's up, dude? So yeah, I was watching it till I was watching a lot of the early ones, and then I probably stopped about early mid '90s. Yeah, I think I have them all. I have most of them on DVD, but they're not ones that I've watched them, but I never went back. Like there was some where like a lot of the humans were fighting too and stuff like that. But yeah, gang. So again, this wasn't going to be a long stream. This was just going to kind of be informative. Because like I said, I was able to kind of get a little bit of information. So I wanted to just put it out there because I know a couple people had messaged me about the Screambox line being kind of frustrated with what was going on. And I just wanted to give a little bit of a heads up of what I knew and where you can kind of find them right now to make sure you're updated if this is a line that you're looking to collect. So as we know right now, it seems like Outwarders is probably the hardest one to get complete. But you can still get those 3 from TerraVision, but they are also limited to 2,000. So if it's something you really want, I would probably hop on it now. And then the rest you can probably get on Amazon. Like I'll show them one more time before I sign out. And Jalen was good. Thank you for stopping in, man. I'd love to see you pop in on some other lives I do, but I usually do them late at night. So again, here's number 1. You get It. Terrifier 2, Living with Chucky. You get the Robert Englund documentary, and then the last one is that Outwaters edition as well. So those are the current ones I have, and TerraVision have 3 that are on their way. And then I guess from there we just wait and see who the next person is to drop one. And if they're not going to announce it on Screambox or through any other site, hey, this is Screambox number 8 or whatever, then I guess it just becomes when someone gets it, they post it, and then everybody goes after it. So, but thank you guys for checking this out. Thank you, Pat Master. Agreed. Thank you. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I will be also on a show tonight on Tim Talks Talkies channel with a big panel talking about the definitive top 25 80s movies of all time. So if you're interested in that stuff, pop over to Tim Talks Talkies channels. I'll post a link to that on my YouTube as we get closer to the time, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, if you're watching in the chat, let me know if this was helpful for you, if you're going to pick any of these things up. And if you're watching this on the replay, same thing. Hopefully I was able to kind of put a little bit more information out about these releases, because I know people are having a hard time with them. So thank you so much for checking this out. This is Garen at Born to Be Rad. And like always, stay